Okay guys, oh man, I'm gonna be so rusty at this. We're back after a way too long away from YouTube. I'm actually really excited for this. Like, I like that I'm excited for it. I've managed to be able to organize things a little bit better, I think. So, prioritizing things. Hopefully this carries on and I can continue making more content and stuff, but yeah, it's let's get to it, whatever. What is up guys? Okay, so we're currently en route to Tredgar, which if you're not from South Wales you will have no idea where that is, but if you are from South Wales, it's a little bit closer towards Merthyr. Now we're going to this place called Planet Fitness Tredgar. Now I know, like, from America the Planet Fitness brand is pretty well known, but out in the UK I don't think we have that many Planet Fitnesses. I came across this gym through one of my friends, Mr. Edmunds, Tom Edmunds, and I actually competed with him in 2017, I think. We went to the UK DFBA, which was a great show. We did men's physique together. He sent me a link to this page. He was like, bro, we gotta go and check this gym out. I was going through their Instagram, and man, like, the machines they got up there I'm very excited for, because it's like, you know, when you come across something which is new and, you know, exciting, it's like that, man. It's a bit like being a kid in a candy shop. Like, as cliche as it sounds, you're like, oh, I want to try that, I want to try that out, I want to try that out, I want to try that out. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this workout, and it'd be nice to catch up with Tom too. He's a carpenter. Okay, so a little bit of a drive. This obviously isn't my usual gym. It'll be worth it. These machines look awesome. Let's see what we got. Busting for a wee. I like that. I'm gonna hold on to that. Say again? Oh, well, I do a little bit of YouTube every now and again. I did message you guys on Instagram just to check, see if it was alright. Is it still okay? Yeah. Thank you. Posing maybe? I'm on the red phone. I bought the camera so we could do some stuff for YouTube a little bit. Seems we've got all this new equipment. Okay guys, I was going to do a voiceover for the whole thing, but then when I was on the way back in the car I kind of did a little bit of a long-winded chat. I didn't want to just put it at the end, so I put it over the workout, so enjoy guys. Well guys, that was an awesome workout. I got to thank Tom for coming down. What an absolute legend. He travelled 3 hours for that. Luckily I only had to travel for just over an hour, but fair play to the guy. He's a strong motherfucker, and puts in the work. He's very, very strong. He's thinking about doing a strongman competition very soon, actually. So good luck to him if he does go for that. But we spent so much time just talking about machines, talking about just like-minded stuff, which is just one of the great things about competing, and that's part of why I just like the competing scene. You meet so many people that are with the same mindset as you. They just like to train, they like to go in, create that discipline, that regimen with their bodies, and just get the most out of their training, which is as a natural competitor, and it's just great. I really enjoy just spending time just talking about stuff like that. We spoke some time talking about machines as well. The machines over there in Planet Fitness are amazing. If you are in the area, I highly recommend you go and check them out, because very well maintained gym. It's very new, so everything's very clean, tidy, and all of that. Atmosphere is great as well, and they were very kind that they just let us go in and do our own sort of thing there. So thank you very much to the Planet Fitness owner. I just wanted to touch on a couple of things that me and the old Tom Edmunds were talking about there back in our training session, and it was kind of like we were speaking about training a specific muscle group with machines that you have access to, or just being able to utilize what you have. Now, the gym that I go to regularly is fairly limited. It's just a leisure centre, but it's very convenient for me. It's not really very often where I'll travel an hour or 2 hours there and back total for a training session, but you can make it work, and just like with very small amounts of equipment. But now that technology is coming on so well, and the gym, the fitness, the whole like building muscle aspect of sports and just training has progressed quite a lot. People are putting a lot more emphasis and research and money into training. We've got new equipment like hoist machines coming out, and people kind of shit on those at the beginning, but like they're doing so well now, and there's specific machines which people really enjoy, really get on with. And we were speaking about this as well, that everybody's body's different. Everybody's the mechanics of your body, the length of your limbs, all of these things are going to come into play when you're using machines or free weights. And so finding a machine that works for you, or adapting that machine so it works for you. Tom, he's got this basically an extra stand that he can put into a machine. So any pin loaded machine, he can load it up with this extra what is it? It's like the end of a barbell, but with a pin in the end, so you can pin it into a machine and add plates. Because he's like carpenter, he's got all the stuff that he can just weld together. That I love that. Like he's got that thing where he's like, okay, well, I need to make this work for me. I'll just go and make this, and I'll make it work for me. You know, which I just love. Like sometimes I'll take chains to the gym, and if I can get like an extra bit of length on like a lat pull down or something, I'll do that, and I'll like sit on the ground instead of sitting on the bench, just to get that extra stretch, because I've got quite long arms, so I can get, like if I go to full extension on a lat pull down, most of the time I'm touching the stack, which I don't really want in the majority of my exercises. So we spoke a bit about that. We spoke a bit about competing and possibly competing next year with each other, and just had a great time really. A little bit of banter and stuff like that, and spoke about people that we look up to in the fitness industry and stuff, and spoke a lot about natural bodybuilding and things. It's great to have like a catch up with someone that you haven't seen for a while, but also someone who's very like-minded, like I said. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. And if you're watching this, thank you very much. So that was the end of the car talk there, and I was probably just a little bit too higher up on my pre-workout or something, but it was good. It was a good little chat, and I spoke about quite a few different topics and stuff. So I did try and clip a couple of things out, because I just rambled on about random stuff, and a lot of the time people just can't be bothered to listen to that. But I'll talk through part of this workout. So We started off on a pull down exercise just to get the old lats firing. It's also quite good to just get your scapula retracting and things like that as well, for certain exercises like the assisted, what was it, like a machine bench press, which was pretty cool. Had a nice contraction on that. Also the row in the previous clip, very, very nice. I like the way that it was, the actual handles had their own movement that you could kind of feel as well. So you could stretch them a little bit further apart if you wanted to get a tighter contraction back, and then when you come forward you can bring your hands closer together and get a further stretch there. The lateral raise machine, which was in the previous clip as well, big fan of that. I wish I had that in my gym. You can kind of manipulate cables and dumbbells and resistance bands and things to a certain extent and replicate that in some way, but there's just something about that machine which was very good. You just had really strong contraction at the top and constant tension like throughout the whole movement as well, which of course with an isolation exercise can be very, very beneficial. We also got a little bit inventive in the gym as well with some cable flies, as you can see here. We're actually using a shorter topped bench, which you can obviously use for like tricep extensions and shoulder press and things. That little contraction there after you've done your set, where you just move your hands up and down, that really does give a good squeeze in your chest. So the next time you're doing cable flies and you finish your set, just do that, just give it a little go, and the contraction you get on that just throughout your whole chest, because you kind of move the tension. Like obviously you can't isolate specifically like your inner chest, but you feel your inner chest like just light up a little bit. This is a nice variation on like a spider curl, I guess. Basically you have your elbows higher up than your shoulder, so you're able to get like a longer stretch in your bicep because of the height that's given to your elbows. We were doing weighted dips here, but then we saw this machine in the background, had to give it a little go. It was like a very high row, but you can also kind of like feel a pull down movement in it as well. I think that's actually the Planet Fitness owner on the right that just walked past there as well. So we finished off actually on forearms in the other room, just because there was a little forearm machine which I've never used, and I was like, I want to kind of try that out, so I did. The thing is, you walk into this gym, you're like, I just want to try everything, so we finished off on forearms, but this was the last kind of like compound exercise. What is a dip a compound exercise? Yeah, I guess it is, but it's anyway, this is the last exercise we kind of finished up on anyway. Weighted dips, we worked our way up to 40 kilos, and then just, I think it was sets of 10. Always a big fan of dips. Tom's actually got a bit of a niggle in his shoulder. He's had injuries in his shoulders before, so he wasn't a big fan of dips, but he only just told me that after we started doing weighted dips, so he seemed to be okay though. He's a big lad, he can look after himself. I mentioned when I was in the little car kind of audio there that Tom was thinking of doing a strongman competition as well, and that's like the perfect time, because Tom's in a I think his second year of an off season, so as you can see he's built, he's thick, he's a dense guy, so as it's his off season, he can get away with doing a strongman competition or powerlifting or all these other things, because the off season is a good chance to give you time to be able to go and do those kind of extra or different kind of sports, less specific to bodybuilding but also beneficial. I think some people in the off season will kind of just treat it as like a part of their prep, which is not a bad thing. You do need to optimize your off season, but you've got to have fun with it as well. You've got to live life a little bit. Look at that back, boof. I think his side chest is probably one of his strongest poses, but it's just got a thick old chest. Got a real big, like, good chest. This is me now. Like, obviously, I'll critique my physique just from. Everyone critiques their physique, but I think my chest just needs miles of work, miles and miles of work. My back's always been a strong component of my physique, but I'm wanting to work on side delts, rear delts, upper chest, or just overall chest quite a lot. And you can never really have enough triceps, so chuck in some more triceps. My traps as well, they're not doing too badly, but I could do with having a little bit more of a peak there. I always feel like as soon as I go into my off season, the face puff just comes out. But hey ho, you got to embrace the fluff. This is just doing a little thumbnail for Instagram. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And I will see you guys in the next one.